Reflecting on the weekend as a whole, I know you always say the process-driven team is the mindset. So what was the process this past weekend, and what were some hurdles that you overcame?
Well, I think, again, no different than any other team in this league. Obviously, we've got a lot of player movement, guys coming in and out of the lineup. So, you're trying to bring up the new guys up to speed and make sure that they're dialed in on the details. So that's obviously a challenge of the league, but that's also what makes the league really special. It makes you better as a coach. It forces you to be more organized, more detailed, more succinct in your message. So, those things are huge opportunities for us as coaches in order to, again, bring those guys up to speed. Now, that being said, we obviously watched the video and did a bunch of teaching today. And again, we're still, as we shared with the group, I think some of the broad strokes are, you can start seeing those seeds of awareness, you can start seeing those seeds of recognition. But now there's the finer details, and that's really where you can, create the synergy that you need in order to be, a successful hockey team.
You talk about the guys coming in, and last week we had Sternshine, Westcott, and Widmar all come in 2 days before a game and 1 day before for Sternshine. With that being said, as a coach, between you and assistant coach Jesse Messier, how do you give these guys a crash course in order to enable their success on the ice so quickly?
Well, again, I think it starts with Dan Larmer and Jesse Messier bringing in the right guys here. And, I always say for the 3 players you bring in, you got to watch 33 players that you don't want to bring in. So obviously those 2 deserve a lot of the credit and their commitment to craft. Now, with regards to onboarding the new players, we don't play a very complicated game. There are some nuances to what we do, but I think it's really important at this level, especially with the nuances of this league, that you play a structured game, but it can't be a complicated game. And, for the one thing that, Jesse and I have done is, or tried to have done is put in a system that's, relatively simple. Nothing's easy, but relatively simple to learn. And then, we have our video clips to support that. And then again, as I say to the players, it takes about 5 or 10 minutes to explain and a season to master. You have to allow these players to make mistakes within the structure of the system. And you're just hoping that they don't make the same mistakes twice.
Looking at Iowa yet once again, and we're about to embark on game number 3 of this 5-game stretch against them. What are some things that you saw last weekend that either you liked from your team or something that you could expose from Iowa moving into this matchup?
Yeah, I think the game within the game is kind of what you're getting at, and I've got a lot of respect for Derek Damon and his staff over there. They're doing a few things, and then it's on us to counteract those things, and we're really enjoying the game within the game, and it's stuff that probably the average fan doesn't notice, but it's those things are, again, it's not necessarily, anytime we're getting a little bit of an advantage, then I notice that they're making the adjustments, and then we have to adjust back, or vice versa. If they're taking advantage of something, then it's for us to notice that. And so from that standpoint, it's been really enjoyable.
I refrained from asking you this question before we started on this 5-game season series skid that we have against Iowa, but do you approach the 5 games as a complete package, or you just go one at a time?
No, I think it's important. In this league, there's 72 of these games. Each game gives our group an opportunity to learn something about ourselves, and it's important for us to pay attention. And Iowa's been a great teacher of ours, and it's something that we try and really stress to the players, that each and every game gives us an opportunity to evaluate the film, learn from it, learn what we're doing well, learn where we need to improve. And whether we're playing, Cincinnati or Iowa or Utah or whomever, should be on our schedule, each one of those games gives us a new opportunity to learn something about ourselves.